Okay, today I'll start with the properties of Fourier series. So there are 8 properties of Fourier series. Let me list the properties first. Okay, so first one is the linearity property. The second one is time shifting property, frequency shifting property, then time differentiation property, Parseval's theorem, convolution property, convolution in time domain. Then the modulation property is convolution in frequency domain, then time scaling. Okay, so these properties makes the computation of Fourier series simpler. Okay, so let us see the properties one by one. So we will be knowing what is the statement of each property and the proof of each property. Okay, so let me start with the linearity property. Okay, so when do you call a signal or a system as linear, the same thing is applicable even here. So the linearity property states that if x of t and x of k form a Fourier series pair. So when I represent like this, it forms a Fourier series pair. Okay, and if y of t and y of k form a Fourier series pair, then a into x of t plus b into y of t form a Fourier series pair with a into x of k plus b into y of k. This already you have known from the properties of the system. That means in the time domain, if I add these two signals x of t and y of t, correspondingly in the frequency domain, their Fourier series coefficients x of k and b of k will get added, and similarly if x of t is scaled by a factor of a, its corresponding Fourier series coefficient x of k will also be scaled by the same quantity, and if if y of t is scaled by b, its corresponding Fourier coefficient y of k will also get scaled by b. So this is the linearity property. So let us see the proof of that. It's very simple. Now you know the expression of the Fourier series coefficient. Okay. So x of k is given by 1 over t integral. This indicates integral for a period. Okay, one period. X of t into e raised to minus j k omega naught into t dt. And similarly, y of k, I can write the expression for y of k also. Y of k is equal to 1 over t integral over one period. Y of t is equal to e raised to minus j k omega naught into t dt. Now let me represent a into x of t plus b into y of t as z of t. So its corresponding Fourier series will be z of k. Okay. So now I'll write the expression for z of k. So you can see z of k is given by the integral 1 over t integral of z of t into e raised to minus j k omega naught into t dt. Now let us substitute what is z of t. Z of t I took it as a into x of t plus b into y of t. So we have substituted that here. Now let us remove this bracket and apply the integration for single term individually. So it becomes 1 over t a into x of t e raised to minus j k omega naught t dt plus 1 over t b integral over one period y of t into e raised to minus j k omega naught into t dt. So now what is this? This part which I am indicating, this is nothing but the Fourier series expression for the periodic signal x of t. So it can be written as, where a is the constant which we used it to scale. So a into, this is the Fourier series expression. So a into x of k plus b into y of k. So the addition of two signals in the time domain gave rise to the addition of the Fourier series coefficients in the frequency domain, and the scaling in the time domain also gave rise to scaling of the Fourier series coefficients in the frequency domain. So this is about Which property? Linearity property. Okay. Now let us go to the next property. The next property is time shifting property. So what do you understand from the time shifting property? So if you shift the signal in the time domain, so what will happen to its corresponding Fourier series coefficient in the frequency domain? That is what you are going to understand here. So if you see this statement, you can see if x of t forms a Fourier series pair with x of k, then if you shift the signal x of t in the time domain by a factor of t naught, then its corresponding Fourier series coefficient x of k will get multiplied by an exponential factor e raised to minus j k omega naught into t naught. So this t naught corresponds to the shift which was used to shift the time domain signal x of t. So let us see the proof of this. So we know that Fourier series coefficient x of k is given by 1 over t integral over period t x of t into e raised to minus j k omega naught into t. Now for the proof, let me denote x of t minus t naught as y of t. Its corresponding Fourier series coefficient will be y of k. So now based on the first expression, let me write the expression for y of k. So I get y of k is equal to 1 over t integral over 1 period y of t into e raised to minus j k omega naught into t dt. Now substitute for y of t. What is y of t? It is nothing but x of t minus t naught. Okay. So we have substituted x of t minus t naught here. So now for simplification, what I'll do is t minus t naught will substitute it as m. Okay. So if t minus t naught is substituted as m, then what is the t? T naught plus m, and dt becomes equal to dm. Okay. So after substituting, let me remove this bracket. So if you remove this bracket, you will get two exponential terms. One is e raised to minus j k omega naught into t naught, and the other term is e raised to minus j k omega naught into m. So now this term e raised to minus j k omega naught into t naught. So this is not related to m. So we'll take that outside, and what is remaining? 1 over t integral over a period t x of m into e raised to minus j k omega naught into t naught. Sorry, this is m omega naught into m dm. Okay, so we have separated the terms. So this I've taken it out, and the whichever is related to m have kept inside. Now if you observe this expression, you can see that this expression resembles the expression for the Fourier series coefficient. So this is replaced by x of k, and that is multiplied by e raised to minus j k omega naught into t naught. Fine. So what did you understand from this property? If we shift a signal in the time domain, okay, its corresponding Fourier series coefficient will get multiplied by an exponential factor, where one of the term is nothing but the value which represents the shift in the time domain. Okay. So let us go to the next property. The next property is the frequency shift. Okay, last property was the time shift in the time domain. That is, if you shift the signal in the time domain, what will happen to its Fourier series coefficient in the frequency domain? This is the inverse of the previous property. So here we are checking, if you shift the Fourier series coefficient in the frequency domain, what is going to happen for its corresponding time domain signal? That is x of t. That is what is frequency shift. So let us consider the expression for the Fourier series coefficient. X of k is equal to, now previously whatever you studied about the time shift property, it is just inverse of it. So let me consider the expression for the Fourier coefficient. X of k is 1 over t integral over 1 period x of t into e raised to minus j k omega naught into t. So now the signal whatever is being changed in the time domain, let me call that as y of t. Okay, and its corresponding Fourier series coefficient, I will take it as y of k. So based on the first expression, I'll write the expression for y of k. So y of k is given by 1 over t integral over one period y of t into e raised to minus jk omega naught into t. So what is y of t? Y of t is nothing but e raised to j k naught omega naught into t x of t. So what is k naught here? It is nothing but the shift in the frequency domain. Okay, as I told you in the beginning, frequency shift is the property which says that if you shift the frequency domain signal, that is the Fourier series coefficient, by some amount, so you are going to check what is happening to its corresponding signal in the time domain. So here we have shifted the Fourier series coefficient by k naught and checking what is going to happen to its time domain signal x of t. Okay, got it? Okay. There was some network issues. Okay, let me continue. So this signal in the time domain I have represented by y of t. Okay, and its corresponding Fourier series coefficient is y of t. So I have written the expression for y of k here, and after writing the expression for y of k, I'm going to substitute what is y of t. What is y of t? X of t into e raised to j k naught into omega naught into t. So what is k naught here? It is the shift which indicates the shift in the frequency domain. Okay, so here you have two exponential terms after substituting for y of t. So you are getting two exponential terms. In that I can take e raised to minus j omega naught into t as common. So if you take that, you are left with k minus k naught. Fine. Now what corresponds to this expression? Now if you observe the first expression and compare with the last expression what you have got. So when you compare these two, what do you understand? This expression is the Fourier series coefficient of x of t. Okay, so if this is equal to x of k, then instead of k here, if I have k minus k naught, then that corresponds to x of k minus k naught. So comparing these two, I can write the right hand sided expression where instead of k, you have k minus k naught. So this can be written as x of k minus k naught, which is nothing but equal to y of k. Okay, so this is about the frequency shift property. Fine. So let us go to the next property, time differentiation. So time differentiation is if you differentiate the signal, the periodic signal x of t in the time domain. So what is its effect? What is its effect to the corresponding Fourier series coefficient in the frequency domain? Now to prove this, okay, so if you differentiate, to prove this, we have considered the expression for x of t. So before that, you observe what is the statement. If x of t and x of k form a Fourier series pair, then if you differentiate x of t in the time domain, then its corresponding Fourier series coefficient x of k will get multiplied by j k into omega naught. Okay, so let us prove this. So now to prove that, I have taken the expression for the periodic signal x of t. Okay, so x of t, this is the synthesis expression. If you remember, this is the synthesis expression for the Fourier series. X of t is given by the summation of k varying from minus infinity to plus infinity, x of k into e raised to j k omega naught into t. Now let us differentiate this expression on both sides with respect to t. Okay, so if you differentiate, what do you get? On the left hand side, you have d by dt of x of t. On the right hand side, differentiate d by dt of k varying from minus infinity to plus infinity, x of k e raised to j k omega naught into t. Now let us change. Now this I cannot differentiate with respect to t. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it out and differentiate this exponential term, which is the function. Sorry students, there was some interruption. Okay, so let me continue. So I was talking about the time differentiation property. So we have differentiated the given expression on both the sides. So as I told you, the summation, I'm going to take it out and differentiate this exponential term, which is the function of t. So if you differentiate on the left hand side, what I have, d by dt of x of t. So here I am going to differentiate this exponential term. After differentiating, what is that I'm going to get? So e raised to j k omega naught into t into j k omega naught. Okay.